Yo guys, what is happening? Welcome back to Vinny's Talk Show. So this is a new channel. I did post a video, but it got a little claim, so I kind of had to delete it. But anyway, we're back with a very, very interesting one today. We got Piers Morgan destroys the woke brigade for 22 minutes. It's going to be an interesting one. Make sure you stay tuned. Let's do this.
It's not difficult, is it, Angelica? I mean, that is what a woman is.
I mean, I don't know why you're obsessed with defining it. Like, what is a man? Like, why do we need these arbitrary...
A man is a male, adult human. I mean, that's it.
Right, okay, I don't know that we need...
These are just biological facts, but they're just facts. They're not arguable points, are they?
Well, but I think we have a right to self-identify, and you said
As
you
what?
want to...
As what? Well,
if you'd like to be a woman, you can identify as a woman. I don't know why there is such an issue around...
We've literally just seen a male rapist use that scam to get himself put into a female prison where he could attack vulnerable women inside a female prison, when even his ex-wife said it was all a scam.
Which is a terrible, very distressing, isolated incident, and I think it's easy to take that and say that means that no one can identify as a woman, and
but
that's
not an isolated incident, though.
But it's
42% of trans-identifying prisoners in prison are in there for sex crimes. There's actually an advantage, evidently, to identifying as a female, because they never identify as male, because somehow male prisons seem less appealing to them.
Yeah.
It's really weird. Anyway, but
Is it
happening
limitless, this self-identity?
It's not totally limitless.
What's the limit?
Okay, this is where my problem kind of comes in. So I've heard many woke people say that it is limitless. You can be identified as whatever you want. And then I hear a lot of people saying, no, you can't. There's a specific amount, or there's only 3, or there's 4, or there's however many people think there is. And this is my issue with the LGBTQ community. They can never sit on a mutual decision on... They can't really agree with anything. They kind of just go with what's trending. And what I mean by that is you can have someone who's identifies as this, and then someone says, oh, well, you can be multiple different things, and they switch to that. See, they kind of just switch into what's the trend. They're hypocrites, and they're not really on a collective mindset where they all agree with each other, because I've seen many times when even the on-trans community arguing with each other what's right and what's wrong. So to fix your community, I'd start by agreeing on something first rather than trying to push it in everyone's faces.
We're talking about International Women's Day. I don't know why we take the conversation around International Women's Day and make it about this.
But if anyone...
There's so many benefits.
Right, but if anyone,
to
according to you, can identify as a woman, anyone can, right?
I don't see a problem with
Just literally put the hand up and say, I'm a woman.
But it's not an easy thing to do, to go out into the world.
It's very easy.
Very easy.
You might think it's easy to say, but to decide to do that, to say...
What does doing it involve?
Whatever that person decides, but to go out into the world and say, I don't identify as perhaps the sex I was born as...
So why can't I identify... Okay, why can't I identify as a black lesbian?
Well, firstly, I mean, it was...
I'm serious. If I can identify...
Okay, right, so this woman's just... Piers asks, why can't I identify as a black lesbian? This woman says, because you're not black. Well, she said it's not your colour. Okay, it's not his colour. I identify as a woman. I don't have woman genitalia. I don't have a uterus. I don't have the cells or the chromosomes that say scientifically that I am a woman. Therefore, if you're going on that logic, I can't be a woman. Therefore, no one can. And your sex is gender. I'm sorry to you guys who don't agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, I really hope you say something in comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But yeah.
Anything without any need to prove I'm actually what that is. Why can't I on International Women's Day say I'm Piers Morgan, I'm a black lesbian?
I think taking it to a kind of absurd status...
I think that's what...
Absurd. They say absurd. Wow.
With respect, I think that you'd already opened the absurdity door by saying it is limitless. You can do what you like. Anyone can say, I'm a woman. So I simply ask you, why can't I?
I mean, this point kind of ridicules trans people to an extent.
Actually, I think what you said ridicules trans people, because actually people who go through the full process of transition actually go through what we used to call a sex change, which I don't think you can muck around with original biology, but those who actually go through surgical procedure over a number of years, I've got great respect for that very woman, and I want all the rights that a woman has, and I want to compete, say, in sport. I'm a 6'4" athlete, sprinter, swimmer, whatever, who's competed very mediocrely in male sport. I now want to come in and crush women in swimming pools and in sprinting events and break all their records, perhaps irrevocably, just by saying, I'm a woman. I think that is the absurdity you were talking about.
No, but can you imagine?
Yeah, 100%. Like we said, the absurdity with biological males competing in women's sports is absolutely ridiculous in every aspect. Because men have such a biological advantage with their bone structure, the strength, just most things, male has their upper advantage in comparison to the woman. This is why we have separate sex categories. And this is why we do not see female athletes transitioning over to men's sports, because they know no matter what they do, they could never compete with the guys.
Coming to our restaurants and then you get...
Not taking anything away from women, because you're amazing at your sports and amazing at what you do, but I'm trying to stick up for you. I'm trying to say the men should not be trying to indulge in your side of the sports. They shouldn't be trying to come in and ruin it for you guys. Same with the Leah Thomas situation.
Some people coming to your table and trying to disrupt your evening. It's abuse.
I'm going to start running into vegan restaurants.
That's fine. Go
Just
for it.
shouting
Your
and
right,
being annoying
that's your right to protest,
and grabbing
Piers.
tables, and so you can't eat your gruel, and just see how you lot like it. I'm going to go to your house and chop paint all over it.
Piers, you've got a right to protest. Oof! You've got me another one.
Take it off your bingo.
Fantastic.
Take it off your bingo, son.
But where's the salt? Where's it?
Won't need any of this gruel. Let's put that
Fantastic.
to one side, but I will have a bit of steak just to...
You didn't salt it though.
You see, all you've achieved...
Piers Morgan, man, this guy. Personally, I can't say I'm a vegan or a vegetarian or ever will be. I'm a man who likes my meat. I like my meat. It's very good. And I just don't... Obviously, I don't agree with the vegans coming in these actual restaurants and destroying and disturbing everyone's peace and when they're having the meals, etc. That's completely wrong and the wrong way to protest. I think all types of protests should be peaceful. That's just wrong. And we won't do it to them. We don't go in vegan restaurants and start smashing stuff up. So...
You've made me want to do this. Just eat
That's
lovely...
absolutely fine. You go for it.
He's one mother effer.
Do you know how many steaks he's had from my restaurant?
Yeah, a lot. But here's my point. I love eating steak. I'm not going to stop eating steak.
Yeah.
And the very last thing on earth that will stop me eating steak is people like you with your pasty faces running into our restaurants telling us to stop eating steak.
We took LGB and then we added LGBTQIA+++, and then we included men who dress up like women and mock women like influencer Dylan Mulvaney. And then a lot of American conservatives just said, listen, we've had enough. It's okay if you're proud of your sexuality, but why do I have to be proud of your sexuality? Yeah. That's where you lost a lot of folks, and we're starting to finally stand
firstly,
up
I'll say Dylan is a trans woman. Dylan is a woman, so you got that wrong. And secondly...
Well, Dylan's a guy. A gay man until last year. Dylan was a gay man until last year.
They've transitioned, they're a woman. I think that we lost people right at the beginning when gay people were dying in the streets because no one was looking out for us. So actually what we're doing right now is just, I wouldn't even use the word celebrating. I think pride is a protest.
Is it a bit too much? In other words, do you want to...
What does that mean? What is too much?
In other words, I think with every campaign, bringing people with you is really important, right? The moment it looks like it's just over the top, like it's everywhere you go is pride. Do we need to be that exuberant about it?
Are you blaming gay people for that? I mean,
no.
I thought the company...
Honestly, I don't care what sexuality anybody is. I don't think most people do anymore.
Right, so what is the problem then? Why are you so triggered by a flag? It's a rainbow flag.
It's not the fact that we're triggered by a flag. It's the fact that every label I look at or every bottle cap or every social media logo, there has to be a flag on there. And if there isn't a flag on there, then we're homophobes. It's judgment for not agreeing with something. We had what happened to freedom of speech? Freedom of believing what you wanted to believe in. But the problem with the trans and LGBTQ community is they enforce it on you. They don't just say, you have a choice. You can agree with us or you can't. That's fair enough. But no, these guys make sure their flag is on every corner of the street, every bottle lid, every T-shirt, you name it, everywhere. And that is the problem with this community. Rather than saying to people, yeah, you know what, you choose. Rather than pushing it in the faces, I think by pushing it in the faces, you're going to lose a lot more attraction than you are going to gain, personally.
I'm not triggered by a rainbow flag. I'm triggered by the fact that everywhere I go for a calendar month, everything has to be a rainbow flag.
Well, I'm triggered that everywhere I go for the entire year, everything has to be straight. Why is straight everywhere?
Where's my straight flag?
Why am I constantly
Where is
getting
my straight flag?
Why are straight people holding hands in the
When
street?
have you ever seen a straight flag?
Why has Mickey Mouse got a
Tell me
girlfriend?
one straight flag. Hey.
You see, this is why James Barr is he's very confused. What? Not every other month is straight. You know, I've never ever seen anything advertised about there being a straight month or the 11 other months of the year are straight. That is a load of shebang. Yeah.
Right now, anywhere in the world.
Why are straight people
Where is the straight flag?
identity?
Where's the
onto
straight
me?
flag?
Everywhere.
Where's my straight flag?
It's everywhere.
It's never been a straight flag.
You're a straight flag.
If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
Look, I'm not going to talk about numbers because the thing is, when you...
Well, I think you should. I mean,
no, the thing is, if I give you the number of how much I weigh, it's going to be all over the Sun, all those trashy newspapers tomorrow morning. I don't need it. Don't need it.
Well, you don't need it. You're on TikTok every day showing
us
how big you are.
Yeah, and look...
And you're proud of it.
No, there's a difference. There's proud... and then there's just being positive in my own skin, and that's what I am.
Right.
I'm not proud to be fat.
Would you
Would
you accept that by medical definition you are morbidly obese?
Look, if that's what medically you want to call it, then call it.
No. Not medically. You are obese. And if we are glorifying obesity, it's bad. It's very bad. There's enough obesity going on in this world, from fast food, from takeaways, everything you can name of the shit they put in our food to make us fat and to keep going back to it. It's not good. And, you know, a lot of diseases come from foods, and from being overweight you get a lot of diseases as well. You get your heart diseases. You know, it really messes with your body in a very, very bad way. And if anything, we should be completely against obesity. I am not judging anyone who is of obesity, because I know people do struggle a bit more than others. Obviously, with eating habits or problems or comfort eating, etc. I understand, but glorifying it is not the way forward. If anything, we should be encouraging against obesity and encouraging people to get out and exercise, keep their bodies fit and healthy. So yeah, that's my take on it.
No, you know your weight, I don't.
No. But that's, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
Right, so here's my issue with this body positivity thing. People shouldn't be celebrating being morbidly obese, in my estimation.
But that's
because actually it is a dangerous condition that causes many people to die.
Look, you've got a fair point. It is dangerous. It can lead to dangerous issues, which could, diabetes and so on. And that is an issue. But we don't encourage gaining weight. There's a difference between the videos you just showed on the screen.
Come on,
what we're
George,
talking about now.
You're doing these TikToks are all geared to you.
No. You're showing people encouraging eating food. I'm just saying, wow, look at the pizza. Look, it's from Costco. It's nice.
No, you're not. You're not.
You are. Sorry, George. That's what I'm doing.
You are glorifying scoffing.
It's called taking the piss. That's what it is.
Well, maybe.
That's what it is. It's having a laugh and not taking yourself too seriously.
Why is it funny?
Because it is funny. You know it is funny.
It's
you had a
not
little
funny.
smirk yourself before.
I actually don't find this kind of thing funny. I think
come on.
I actually think it's quite sad.
It's not sad. It's comedy.
Let me bring in.
It's satire comedy.
Well, maybe.
You know it is. You know it is. You know it is, Piers. I've been an actor for 13 years.
George,
George. Damn right I know how this industry works.
George, let's bring in Riz. He's chuckling away because you find all this terribly amusing. Riz, you supported Just Stop Oil. No one at Wimbledon today supports Just Stop Oil. They just think you're a bunch of idiots. I know you weren't there today. You were shouting at the Royals up in Scotland. Why do you support this kind of protest that we're seeing at all these sporting events?
Oh, I'm not sure I've completely condoned that. And to be clear, I'm not speaking on behalf of Republic today. I speak on behalf of No More Royals. But absolutely, we were protesting in Scotland. And Piers, you've just been going on at these guys at Just Stop Oil about why are you disrupting ordinary people and why don't you target the right thing? And we've been doing that, shouting at the king.
Why do you support that method of protesting? Why don't you come out and condemn Just Stop Oil, like Trevor Nielsen, who was funding some of this stuff before, has suddenly realised that...
Let me just make something clear. When people pay to go see these events, not even just including these events, just roads, just where people are trying to drive, these type of protests just turn people away from you. And I don't see where people... I don't get the mindset where they think, all right, let's protest in this way, where it's going to make people not like what we're doing. It's going to piss people off, so let's do it. No. The best way you can protest is to do it in a peaceful way without disrupting people's hobbies. And obviously, the guys at Wimbledon, it's their job. You're going in there and making an absolute mess, make yourself look like fools. It's just wrong. There's so many ways you can get your message across, and this is the completely wrong way.
He's dropped, it doesn't work.
I'd like to talk about coronation because it's, but to respond to that question, we're in a climate crisis. It's horrifying. I'm terrified for my future, and Just Stop Oil are one of the only...
Do your research, darling. Stop listening to the propaganda bullshit.
Groups of people at the moment who are doing anything about that. But as I say, I'd like to focus on the issue.
Well, I'm sure you would. I'd like to focus on what's just happened because it's indicative of a summer of protest by people who think they can convert people to their cause. Even if people are inclined to do so, we're now at a point where you can tell from the audience reactions at these events, they literally want to garrote them. And what worries me is it is going to lead to bad situations if this carries on, because people are just going to take the law into their own hands.
Sorry, that's stupid. Sorry, I
you don't have to keep swearing, Riz, with respect.
Do you want to talk about the protest?
Riz,
yeah,
you don't have to keep swearing.
Do you want to talk about the protest, or do you want to say that protests shouldn't happen and we should all suck it up and deal with it? Because that's easy for you, right? Like, you've been dealt a pretty good hand.
I believe in peaceful protest.
But I actually care.
I believe in peaceful protest.
So do you want to talk...
There we go. I believe in peaceful protest. Not this bullshit. Not this bullshit protesting that is going to turn people against what you stand for.
The peaceful protest today,
I believe in peaceful protest. I don't believe in wrecking ordinary people's lives as they're going to work, as they're going to hospital, as they, on some cases, going to funerals. I don't think that when they pay for sporting events that they maybe save money for all year long.
That's fine, because neither Republic or No More Royals did that today. I'd love to talk about that.
They shouldn't have it ruined by a bunch of...
Let's talk about it. There was Republic up at one end who were... a massive crowd, far bigger than any of the monarchists. I mean, the streets are pretty much empty. I haven't had a chance yet to look at any of the coverage, but I think you'll see that because there is pretty much nothing going on the monarchist end, and the Republic demo is enormous. And then there's No More Royals, who did a banner drop chanting, can I swear? I just did. The King, feed the hungry, because that's what we want to talk about, right?
You know what, Riz? For a very...
They've done this.
You know what, Riz? For a bright young woman who's getting a very good, expensive education, you do behave like a complete foul-mouthed idiot. You don't do yourself any favours. Why do you think coming on a show like this and just repeatedly using the F word, why do you think that makes you look any better?
Yeah, I did apologise for that.
You've
I did apologise
for
that in advance, but that was what we said.
Three times?
Yeah, F the King. Yeah, I'm happy to censor it.
It's not an...
So that is part one of Piers Morgan destroying the woke brigade for 22 minutes. Make sure you go and check out part two. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you drop a like and sub on this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay woke. I'm kidding, obviously not. Come on, see you later.